So one thing that Hawaii could learn from Japan, as you can see here, it is just we just got into this place. It's a really nice place. It's perfect for us. Boys are sleeping, but I figured I could make a quick video. Got the omiyage right here, the of course the candies and all that wonderful stuff. And frankly, there's probably several things that we could learn from Japan and other places from around the world. But I really want to talk about this one thing because it's very interesting as I thought about it more and more as we visit and experience Japan on this particular trip. And that one thing that I wish Hawaii would learn, would take from Japan is the high level of customer service, and it is just absolutely incredible. If you've never been to Japan before, you're really missing out. I mean, there's so many good things. Like when people come back from Japan, right? Like they'll talk about the food, how clean it is, how safe they feel, and those are all great things. But the level of customer service in Japan is unlike almost anything we got back home in Hawaii, and I wish we were able to adopt that. Now, to give us locals some credit, I do think we have something very different in our customer service, which I'll kind of talk about a little bit later. But the level of customer service here in Japan, absolutely amazing. It's the reason why I love flying Japanese airlines. I mean, that one time we went with JAL, oh, so good. I mean, they really went beyond to to make us feel very special, to make my wife feel very special, at a time when it was hard for us to travel with with two young kids. Of course, now we're traveling again with two young kids, but they're older, younger kids, so it's a little easier. I don't know. It's hard to say, but the level of customer service here in Japan is something that I wish we'd have more in Hawaii, and it's quite ironic because Japanese are coming to Hawaii and they see the level of customer service is not the same. I mean, they're not dumb. They notice this. It's just the level of customer service that we've experienced though across the board is amazing. It's one thing when the customer service is good in the tourism-y stuff, right? Like I think that's where Hawaii might have it, where if you're in a hotel, maybe you work airport, certain restaurants, certain businesses, right? Maybe Kailua, Waikiki, they're gonna treat you pretty nice, right? Because they know, like, hey, this is where we're making our money. Like they're serving not locals, they're serving visitors, and they want to leave a good impression, understandably. But I notice here in Japan that that level of customer service, it extends beyond just a tourism bubble. It's like a part of everyday life, and gosh, I really wish we had that in Hawaii. Maybe we did have that at some point. I don't know, but my goodness, it's so great to, no matter where you are, what type of business you encounter, you expecting service from, or buying something from, they just treat you like you matter. So for example, we just came back from eating at this udon restaurant, and lunchtime near the train station, and it is packed. I mean, it yeah, line out the door. And so there's me and my wife, two young kids, we got a stroller. There's no way we're gonna fit in this restaurant because it's like standing only, like you stand and you eat at the counter kind, right? So we're like, I don't know what we're gonna do. There's three tables outside, but they're all full, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, let's just go McDonald's or something because we got to get out of here. Kids are getting real hungry. And one of the employees, this guy who's like washing dishes, he notices us, and so he calls us, and we still haven't even ordered yet. He's like, oh hey, that table right there, they're almost done. If you just wait a little bit, you can go reserve it for yourself, and then you guys can go sit down and eat. So I was like, oh, okay, that's nice of him. And then we proceed to sit down, and my wife goes to order. The guy comes and he brings us water with some cups. Like, oh, that's nice of him. Like they don't normally do that. You got to go grab your own. But for us, we got young kids. He brings us the water, which is really great. And then my wife goes in to order, and as she's ordering the food and waiting, like I gotta go take my boys to the bathroom. So, it's like chaotic, right? Like I'm just like, oh no, like it's just, yeah, I don't know what's going on. So, fortunately, my wife is starting to bring back the food to our table, but it's like three trays, and the guy offers to help bring the trays to the table for my wife, and that kind of stuff, like, is just amazing. And this is not some kind of fancy restaurant. This is just like an ordinary udon shop. But the fact that an employee took notice of us, could evaluate our situation, and really went out of his way, frankly, to help us, like, that level of customer service, like, that's the kind where you wish you could tip them, but they don't take tips, yeah. But like that kind of stuff stands out to me, and stands out even more so because we don't have that in Hawaii. I'm not talking about aloha. I'm talking about where the people who are the employees of almost any business will go above and beyond to serve you, the customer. And as someone from Hawaii, when I come to a place like Japan and I experience that type of service, it makes me feel really special because you don't really experience that maybe outside of the tourism industry in Hawaii. And this is and this applies to people that are, driving the regular buses, delivering things, people at the counter, convenience store clerks. Like, this level of customers, like, they just seem to care about doing their job really well for a place that is supposed to be, our economy is geared towards tourism. I wish we had that more across the board, because it seems like it sort of stops at these, tourism hubs like Waikiki or some of the neighbor islands. It like stops there, and then like you go like a normal place like gas station, right? Like you go talk to city state employees, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, like, it's kind of different. Now I do want to point something else out, because I think about the Japanese who come to visit Hawaii, right? And they notice this level of, or lack of, I guess, customer service. I mean, we got some good customer service, but not the same. Why do they tolerate it? Like why is it okay? And maybe for them it's not okay. They just don't say anything about it. But I'm thinking, if I come from a place where everybody in any job, every job, does their best to serve me as the customer, as the client, and I come to Hawaii and it's not like that, like, why speak so highly of Hawaii? And I think where Hawaii gets it right, or different, maybe is the better word, different, is that, sure, maybe our customer service is average to poor. I'm just being honest here. Like, across the board, customer service is pretty average to poor. But I think where Hawaii gets it right is we have a certain friendliness to it. And this was the hard part for me to pinpoint here in Japan, because the level of customer service is so good. Again, experience this whole thing as a local person. I'm like, oh my gosh, they treat me like I'm a celebrity, or like I matter. But sometimes it just feels like it's missing, and I think what's missing is like that friendliness, that aloha, whatever you want to call it, but like, it's almost like a genuine friendliness to the service. So like in Hawaii, the service is average to poor, but they smile, like they, yeah, like I feel like a general warmth behind it, even if it's average to poor service. But in Japan, again, this is across the board now, not just the hotels where we stayed at, not just the airport, not just the nice stores. It's not even an unfriendliness. It's like kind of, coldness is also the wrong word because it makes it sound bad. But it's almost like they do their job well, but that's all you're gonna get from them. Like, it's almost robotic. I just hate to say it that way, but it's it doesn't have that same warmth that I'm used to, because in Hawaii I feel like a lot of things are wrapped in warmth, and that's where we get away with maybe a lesser quality. Is we'll do it with a smile. We'll do it with because I really care about you as a person. And sorry the service isn't top level, but I'm happy to see you, right? Like, we can talk story, we can joke around, like I think that's the part that is somewhat missing. Is it's so efficient, it's so professional here, but yeah, there's like that lack of warmth, and that's something that surprised me, I guess. I wasn't used to. I didn't really quite expect that. Again, I would hate to say one is better than the other. I mean, as a local person, like I love the level of customer service I get here in Japan, but I do miss that warmth sometimes. I do miss where they serve us well, and I feel very respected. But sometimes it would be nice with a little friendliness, like, and I'm trying to negotiate that as a visitor, because it's really hard. Like, I don't want to be critical of a culture that their commitment to excellence is amazing, right? Like, it seems like it's perfect, but it doesn't have to be a trade-off, I guess is what I'm saying. And I wish if we were to take one thing from Japan and somehow mix it with what we have in here in Hawaii, or not here in Hawaii, but in Hawaii, I wish it would be that excellent customer service, but with our aloha, like with our friendliness wrapped around it, so that you're served well, but you also know that you're cared for, like that human element of it, I guess. And again, as someone local, I'm just trying to process all of this, because it's been a long trip. But I've interacted with a lot of businesses, and it's just something that I just wanted to see if anybody else has any thoughts about this or has noticed this, uh, or am I just tired and it's just me? So, um, yeah, would love to know what other people have to think about this, but it's been good. Yeah, it's been a nice trip. We guys still gotta figure all this stuff out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and aloha. Hello.